Game 1 of 4 set to start out here at Dave Hall Field in Columbia, Tennessee. And the host college, the Chargers of Columbia State Community College, take the field, set as the designated visitor team against the Chattanooga State Tigers in the 2019 TCCAA baseball tournament first round. Good morning, everybody, at this point. That's the first time I've said that on my broadcast career for good morning at 10 a.m. here in Columbia, Tennessee. The Chargers and the Tigers about to collide here. And one of the interesting things to look at is the Chargers, they're on a 6-win streak in their last 6 games. The question, of course, with them is how far can this team go, especially with starting with Luis Rodriguez, one of their number 2 pitchers, who is a 6.84 ERA, saving their main guy, potentially to face off against the Walter State Senators if they can make it onto the next round. Meanwhile, for the Tigers, they've lost 2 of their last 3, won 4 of their last 6. And they're looking, of course, at their main batter, Noah Fitzgerald, looking for him to have a stellar performance. He has a 702 slugging average, 457 average throughout the season, almost hitting the ball about every halftime that he's getting on base. And it's crazy to think this matchup is going to be another defensive and offensive shootout. And Austin, you look at both teams are putting their number 2 guys in first because they've got their minds set on facing off against the Senators, the defending conference champions, in the next round tomorrow. But the big thing is their number 2 pitchers, they're not to the level of being the number 1 pitcher at this point, but they have the chance to prove that they're number 1 starting material.
Definitely, especially when you got a pitcher like Rodriguez going out there. He's only given up 3 home runs, and it's going to be a difficult task for him today because not only is he facing against Noah Fitzgerald, but Chattanooga State are second in the nation with the highest batting average with the 375 batting average. But really, a lot of them are good at what they do. They're good at getting the extra base hits. They're good at hitting the home runs that they can. Like Noah Fitzgerald, he's already had six home runs during the season, 51 RBIs. But what you also got to look at is that Columbia State, they're good at hitting the ball too. It's just the fact that are they going to be able to hit a gap? You got players like Dorian Berry, and you also got players as in Alex Carnigan. They're one of the only 2 players that are hitting over 300 right now. Combined right now is 5 home runs for the both of them, and all 5 of those home runs are actually from Alex Carnigan. But you also got players like Daniel Freeman. He's already hit 4 home runs with only a 252 batting average. And you also got to look at that. The Columbia State Chargers, they're coming off of a 6-win streak right now, so you already know that they're going to be fired up. They're going to be ready to come out here and play. And they already have confidence that they're going to come out here and beat Chattanooga Tigers. But statistically speaking, Chattanooga Tigers, they could have the advantage right here just because of their batting average. But it's going to be one great game to see today.
Like you said, they're second in the nation on their batting average of 375 and second on their on-base percentage for 468 of all the junior colleges in the nation. The Chargers, the only lead stat that they have, they're 25th in the nation in times they've been hit by the pitch. So the matchup, of course, and with that ERA of 6.84 for their starting pitcher Rodriguez compared to their batting average and their times they've gotten on base, what's the game plan for the Chargers to try and prevent that statistic from showing its ugly head today?
Really, for the game plan for Chargers, they're going to look for strikes. They're not going to be chasing. They're not going to be as aggressive as they have been. They're going to be patient. They're going to really look for a ball in the strike zone and try to get one to the gap. They're going, of course, when it gets to like an 0-2 count, 1-2 count, whenever there's a pitcher's count, they're going to really try and focus on just fouling tips and waiting for their pitch to go. And another thing is that really is their base mentality is like they just need to go and know when to steal, know when the right time is to steal. And especially really study of what the pitcher does. And I say that because the pitcher's mentality is always different when it comes to different base runners. If he knows that you're fast, he's going to be looking at you a lot more. But if he thinks that you're not going to be fast at all, then he won't lick as often. But that's the thing that Columbia needs to keep in mind. And they could possibly do like a little trick or two when it comes to that. They can outsmart someone, or they can just really be really safe and they can just not run at all. And really, it's just the fact of the mentality of everything that the base runner is going to have to do, plus while they're hitting.
Game 1 of 4 set to face off here in Columbia. It's the Chargers and the Tigers next. The last time these teams faced off, they split their games at 1 each. They're in their doubleheader weekend. Last time in the regular season, of course, the Chargers 6-0 streak right now. 4-2 run for the Tigers. And Dorian Berry is the first one up to bat. Strike on the first pitch. And Dorian Berry throughout the season, the on-base percentage of 500 even. 406 average here as he faces the 0-2. Struck out 16 times. With a slugging percentage of 523, he's been walked 20 times. Now faces the 0-2 in this first round playoff game. And gets a grounder. It's the second baseman and out. The first batter out for the Chargers. And next up is Langdon Gordon. Third baseman with a 290 average and faces off against the pitcher Kyle Nunn, who has a 4.88 ERA. He's allowed 4 home runs, struck out 33 batters, walked 15. Total of 8 appearances. 1-1. And Gordon has been struck out 15 times, walked 21. Swing and gets to left field for a base hit. Langdon Gordon gets to first.
Next batting, number 16, the catcher, Alex Kerrigan.
Kerrigan with a 308 average has been struck out 27 times in his 143 at-bats. Pitch go to the outside. Now, it's certainly been a while since the Chargers have played a 10 a.m. game. Most of the games throughout the conference have been played usually in the afternoons at either noon or 2 o'clock. First time in a while that it's been a 10 o'clock start time. Swing and a miss for 1-1. You ever play any 10 a.m. games in your high school career?
There's been a lot of games like that. Had to wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning just to be there at 9.
1-2. Here's the 1-2. There's a hit to center field. Catch there and tags first for the second out. Got at least some good distance on it. Now next up to bat is Daniel Freeman. Throughout the season, second on the team for most at-bats. He's also second on the team for home runs, one behind Kerrigan. He's got a 252 average, been struck out 39 times. He actually leads the team in the times he's been struck out.
still a runner on first with 2 outs. None is not wanting him to lead off at first.
He's just keeping them close. It's 2 outs, but they know how good of a hitter Daniel Freeman can be with already 4 home runs, so they're just going to keep him safe just to make sure that he doesn't advance any further.
Here's the 1-1. Lead off on first for the 3-1 count. Just inside, now full count. Freeman with a .393 slugging average, swings and gets struck out. The Chargers not able to get a score early on. The Tigers up to bat first.
0 run, 1 hit, and 1 left on base.
Tigers will have Chile lead off for their first at-bat of the game. And Chile with a .369 average has been struck out 24 times, appeared the most at 157. And Rodriguez, the starting pitcher for the Chargers, a 6.84 ERA. It's the first strike there. Allowed the most. He's tied for the most home runs allowed while he's been on the mound with Nate Henderson. Struck out 37 batters. It's 1-1. Hit to right field. Easy catch.
Next batting number 15, the left fielder, Nick Rudel.
So now Nick Blubaugh up to the plate, 364 average with being struck out 31 times. Him and Noah Fitzgerald share the lead for most times they've struck out. 1-1. Excuse me, 2-0. Rodriguez, while on the mound, has walked 25 batters, 62 hits allowed. Now 3-1. Full count now. Full count. Blubaugh, base hit. Out on first.
Next batting number 23, the second baseman, Ty Elancy.
Now Ty Delancey gets a hit on the first pitch, caught by the second baseman. Chargers left one on first. The Tigers could not get anybody on, heading to the second.
For the Tigers, Cody Hutcherson.
Cody Hutcherson leading off for the second inning. It's a 230 average. He's been struck out 38 times, only one behind his teammate Freeman. 285 on base percentage. Now faces the 2-1. High and a walk for Hutcherson. And now Zach Sharber with a 215 average takes the plate. Appearance 108, first of the postseason. 299 slugging and has been struck out 34 times.
Next batting, number 27, the second baseman, Zach Sharber.
Gets the bunt and out on first. Advance the runner to second. It's a sacrifice bunt there to get him to second.
Next batting, number 6, the designated hitter, David Wilson.
Designated hitter David Wilson has a 286 average with being struck out 9 times. Gets a strike on his first pitch of the playoff. One and two. Even count. Again, none has a 4.88 ERA. Allowed 4 home runs. Most of any of the pitchers on the team. Struck out 33 batters. Safe on second. Here's the 2-2. Hit to right field, catch.
Next batting, number 32,
And
the
Christian
left-hander,
Nave.
Christian Nave.
Christian Nave with a 167 average is on base 400. 36 appearances at the plate. 15 times he's been struck out and faces the 0-1. One and one. struck him out. That's the end of the second inning for the Chargers batters. Headed to the bottom of the second. Noah Fitzgerald with a 457 average will start out the second inning.
Number 31, the shortstop, Noah Fitzgerald.
Been 31 times sent back to the dugout. Of course, what's interesting is that he's stolen 13 bases, second leading the team for stolen bases behind his teammate Sean Shealy by a long shot, who's got 35 stolen bases total. So here's the 0-1. It's a grounder right. He's going to go for the double. Slides into second.
Next batting, number 9, the designated hitter, Jacob Holton.
Brilliant hit by Fitzgerald, and the DH, Jacob Holton, comes up for season appearance number 131. He's got a 400 average. It's a hit to left center field. They're going to send the runner home, and the first team to get a run on the board is the Chattanooga State Tigers. As soon as it shows up for us, you'll be able to see it in full action.
Number 21, the third baseman,
I guess it's not loading up the replay there, but what a fantastic hit to get a runner back.
Definitely a solid line drive over to the gap and hard enough to beat the left fielder and run it all the way to the walls, bringing the run score for the Tigers.
Now Bass Cooper with appearance 137. 14 doubles, only behind Fitzgerald for the team lead with 1. Here's the 2-1. quick mound visit by Coach Mike Korn. The 2019 TCCAA baseball tournament is sponsored by Fairfield by Marriott, Lister Hill Credit Union, Hampton by Hilton, and Alpha Graphics of Franklin. So a 1-run lead for the Tigers. First one to score. Bottom of the second, and no outs at the moment. 3-1 count for Cooper. Looks like he may have gotten a slight piece of that, but full count. Outside for a walk. Now Chris Tyler stepping up. 346 average with a 542 slugging percentage, 107 appearances. Of course, we talked about it pregame, but the Tigers with the second highest batting average of any team in the nation with 375, and second highest in the nation on base percentage of 468. Looks like an attempted, like they fake attempt bunt there, 1-0 count. Tyler, a 482 percentage himself for on base. Runner on first and second with still no outs here in the bottom of the second. Fouls out for 2-1. Two and one. Outside for 3-1. Now, bunt goes foul. Full count. Three and two. Another foul. And took the pitch, now bases loaded. Now Branson Bowling.
Now batting number 10, the right fielder.
Still looking for his first home run, but has gotten 7 doubles and 3 triples Of course, we only have seen one home run in the playoffs thus far out of the 2 wild card games yesterday. C.J. King from the Green Jays. Managed to hit it out of the park. The second wild card game yesterday. And there's one that's going to center field. Catch there. Runners tag base. They're sending another one home. The Tigers get run number 2.
Now batting number 19, the first baseman, Brandon Harris.
We actually get the replay on this one. They're sent to center field. And just a sacrifice out.
That was a great read by a center fielder and a great hit by the Tigers right there. Be able to get that sacrifice fly so the Tigers can score another run.
This is the 0-1 for Brandon Parrott. Make that 0-2. He's been struck out 23 times on his 124 at-bats. 387 on base percentage. He's got runners again on first and second. High up pitch for 1 and 2. Grounder right to first base. Make that the double play to end the inning. Tigers get the score run to first. 2-0 Chattanooga State. Adaris Pugh up to bat. 207. His average through the regular season is 87 at bats. High pitch there for 1-0. Chargers throughout the full 46-game season, they've only achieved 14 home runs. Their team average is 270 for batting, 381 for on base, 360 for slugging percentage, and that one fouls out to the mesh. Swing and struck him out. That's strikeout number 19 on the season for Darius Pugh. Dorian Berry back up to the plate. Leads the team in stolen bases with 24. On base percentage of .500 going into the playoffs. One and one. It's a hit to left field. And the catch is made for out number 2.
Now batting number 22, the third baseman, Langdon Gordon.
Langdon Gordon facing a 1-0. Been walked 21 times out of his 124 at-bats. 436 on base. The Chargers have not gotten anybody on base this inning. 2 outs. Here's the 2-1. And send him to first base.
Now batting number 16, the catcher, Alex Kerrigan.
Alex Kerrigan back up to the plate. Leads the team in home runs with 5. A wild pitch and won't be able to steal second base. That's the end of the top of the third. Chargers left 1 on.
For the Chargers,
So Sean Cheely, the 477 on base. Leads the team in stolen bases. 369 average, and struck out 24 times. Foul out for 1-1. The 1-1 and grounder to the shortstop. Out on first.
Next batting, number 15, the left fielder, Nick Rubel.
Nick Buba has had 52 hits and his 143 at-bats. Pace is a 1-1. Foul out. Even count. Sun shining down on Dave Hall Field in the bottom of the third. Only one out for the Tigers and a hit to right field. And in there, it's going to be a double, it looks like. Beautiful double for Blue Ball.
Now batting number 23, the second baseman.
Now Ty Delancey
Delancey.
has got a runner on second. Potential to get another run on the board. Has a 526 slugging average. With 3 home runs on the season. Three home runs and 57 hits. Delancey in good position to send his teammate home. A grounder to the shortstop, toss, out at first. Second out.
Now batting number 31, the shortstop, Noel Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald, 702 slugging average, leads the team at 69 hits on 151 at-bats and leads the team in home runs. Trying to send his teammate home to get another run on the board for the Tigers. Tags second. Pitch toss back to second. Safe. Couldn't make the catch. Here's the 2-1 for Fitzgerald. Fouls behind home plate. Grounder bounces past the pitcher, goes into the field. They're going to send him home, and that's run number 3 for the Tigers.
Now batting number 9, the designated hitter, Jacob Holton.
Runner on first now for Holton, facing 2 outs. The hit to center field on the 1-0. It's heading back. It's a base hit. They're going to send another one home. Run number 4. That's the second double for Jacob Holton and gets it a 4-0 lead for the Tigers.
Now batting number 21, the third baseman, Bass Hooper.
Cooper facing the 0-1. Pop up past the foul line. Oh and 2. Hit to center field, going back towards the wall. Catch. Back-to-back 2-run innings for the Tigers. The Chargers going to try to respond in inning 4.
2 runs on
Top of the 4th inning, the Chargers trying to respond to the back-to-back 2-run innings. Columbia State, the designated home team, but playing on their home field. Dave Hall Field in Columbia, Tennessee. Kerrigan with a 308 average, trying to get something going on the 2-1 count. And Kyle Nunn has just been played spectacular defense through 3 innings. And a walk for Kerrigan. Now Daniel Freeman. Daniel Freeman with a runner on base leads the team in times he's struck out at 39. 393 slugging average. He's averaged 252 throughout the season. So 1-1. Foul out for 1-2. Hit the left field fouls. It's to the section where the Walter State Senators are sitting awaiting their game at noon against the Vol State Pioneers. We'll have that game here on YouTube. The defending conference champion Senators facing off against the Pioneers, who managed to get almost a complete shutout yesterday. 9-4 victory yesterday against the. Excuse me, a 9-5 victory against the Salokis. Make that strikeout number 2. Now Hutcherson steps up to the plate. Hutcherson grounder. Toss to second. Out. Got 2 outs, but Hutcherson's safe on first.
Now batting number 27, the second baseman, Zach Sharber.
Zach Sharber up to the plate. And a toss over error advancement for Hutcherson to second, and he's going to keep going all the way to third. So ruled as an error. Hutcherson just really lucky to get all the way to third on that one. So now that it changes it for Sharper to try and get a base hit, get the Chargers on the board here.
Yeah, definitely. He's good on these clutch moments right here, so this is what he's used to. He has 11 RBIs so far, but just a simple base hit past the infield, and you got run score for the Chargers.
Quick visit to the mound by Coach Greg Dennis. Just to talk it over after that play. Runner on third as the Chargers are trying to at least get one run on the board to stay in it halfway through. Two and one. And Sharper with 11 RBIs. 11 RBIs and 23 hits coming into the playoffs. Faces the 3-1. Outside, and they walk him. So now runners on first and third with a potential scoring play coming up. And now David Wilson only has 6 RBIs in his 49 appearances, 286 average. Managed to get 14 hits. The DH. And the Chargers facing 2 outs, trying to at least get something on the board halfway through. And a grounder gets past the second baseman, slides down, tossed to first and out. Not enough time. So the Chargers unable to get a score in the top of the 4th. Headed to the bottom. The 2019 Tennessee Community College Athletic Association Baseball Tournament is sponsored by Fairfield by Marriott, Lister Hill Credit Union, Hampton by Hilton, and Alpha Graphics of Franklin. New pitcher on the mound for the Chargers, Spencer Kalen, 6.25 ERA, out of total of 15 times on the mound. Struck out 31 batters, walked 13 and allowed 2 home runs. So Rodriguez being relieved after 3 innings. And Chris Tyler now up to the plate. Strike 1. Two and two. Full count. Grounder to third base. Toss over and out.
Next batting, number 10, the right fielder, Branson Bowling.
Now Bowling with a .353 average. Just outside. Two oh. Three oh. Full count. Hit to center field. Bounce for a base hit.
Now batting
Parrott steps up. 124 appearances in the regular season. You should get a 298 average. Keelan with a 6.25 ERA. Pitches the 1-0. Bunt toss over to first and safe. Pop up, foul outside. Another pop up foul to the left. Even count. Tags first on the 2-2. Here's the 2-2. Grounder to first. Picks it up. Out on first and out on first and second. Double play. That ends the fourth inning. Chargers back up to bat. Here's Christian Nave. Only 36 appearances, 32 versus 32 at the moment. It's Kyle Nunn. 4.88 ERA, 2.0 count. Nave sends it to right center field. Makes the catch.
Now batting number 2, the center fielder, Andreas Wu.
There's Pugh for the 89th appearance total. Bases a 1-1. Three and one. And Pugh gets the walk.
Now batting number 4, the shortstop, Dorian Berry.
Dorian Berry back up to the plate. 523 slugging average, has hit it 52 times out of his 128 regular season appearances. Should be appearance now number 130, including the postseason. Struck out 16 times. He's got a runner on second. Excuse me, runner on first. It's the bunt, rolled a wild pitch and Pugh advances to second. So potential scoring play here for Berry. Foul for 2-1. Foul out. Another foul out to right. 2-2. Berry already has had 16 RBIs through the regular season. Might be looking for RBI 17. And Pugh steals third. Stolen third, but at a sacrifice for Barry to strike out. Now 2 outs.
Now batting number 22, the third baseman, Langdon Gordon.
Here's Gordon. One and one. One and two. If you're Coach Korn right now and you're looking at Gordon as he fouls it out there, where are you wanting him to send it to try and send Pugh home?
Really, just past the infield. Anything past the infield is an automatic run for the runner on third. So, if anything, since he is.
And there's a grounder, second base, and toss to first. So no runs yet for the Chargers through 5. Tigers lead at 4-0 head into the bottom of the 5th. Now Chile. Chile stepping back up. So far through the postseason, the designated home team has won every game, with the Pioneers and the Green Jays winning yesterday. The Tigers leading 4-0 as a designated home team. And the Tigers, as Neely faces the 1-1 count, the Tigers, of course, played 44 games. Total 525 slugging percentage on the regular season, 23 total home runs. The grounder goes out to third, catch and out.
Next batting number 15, the left fielder, Nick Blueball.
So now Blueball. Faces the 2-0. Easy catch by the third baseman. Immediate reaction there to get the second out. Great catch by Gordon.
Next batting number 23, the second baseman, Ty Delancey.
Delancey faces the 0-1. Been struck out 24 times in the regular season. Strike 2. Keelan has had 31 strikeouts, or struck out 31 batters in his total of 15 appearances. Outside for 1 and 2. Hit to left field, goes foul. Right into the Columbia State bullpen. So grounder caught by the shortstop, tossed to first, and did he catch it? Out. That's the end of the 5th inning. 4-0, the Tigers still lead it heading into the 6th.
0 hits and no one.
Kyle Nunn has been strong through 5 innings. Still on the mound for the 6th. And Alex Kerrigan back up to the plate. Swing and a miss for 0-2. Hit to right field. Catch made.
Now batting number 20, the first baseman,
Freeman can get something going for the Chargers, as they have not had any runs through 5 innings. Chargers have only had 1 hit through 5 innings as well. The hit to left field and safe on first. It's a base hit for Daniel Freeman.
Now batting number 17, the right fielder, Cody Hutcherson.
Hutcherson steps up, gets a hit to right field, is going deep. Catch made and tagged to first. Second out.
Now batting number 27, the second baseman, Zach Sharber.
Sharber with .215 in the regular season. He's been struck out 34 times. He's got a runner on first. 1-0 count. And slide in. Can't make the catch. Another slide into third and stays safe on third. Managed to get 2 bases there with an error. Maybe if he had not slid down and was still running, he could have made it back for the first run for the Chargers. But
Better safe than sorry on
exactly.
that part. Yeah.
1-1. So statisticians, it's an error ruled on the throw and stolen base. So 1-1 count with a quick mound visit by the catcher. We'll see if Sharber can get a base hit and see if he can get a base hit and get the first run of the game for Columbia State. He's got a .299 slugging percentage. Sharber, out of 107 appearances, has had 23 hits, total of 11 RBIs. Facing 2 outs, he's on the 3-1 count. None. Up high, and they walk him. Runner on first and third now. And now up to the plate, it's David Wilson.
Now batting number 6, the
Designated hitter on appearance number 51. He's at 6 RBIs, 14 hits, .286 average. Seen the Chargers in this situation before throughout the game, where they've had runners on base and a base hit would almost guarantee them a runner on first. It would guarantee him a runner home, but not been able to get that out of the way. And the Tigers have a pitcher warming up in the bullpen. Looks like it's going to be Garrett Hartley is the player warming up in the bullpen for the Tigers. (1-0) and gets a base hit past the shortstop, and the Chargers get their first run of the game with runners on first and second. And the Tigers are going to officially make their pitching change when we come back. Now Garrett Hartley stepping up to the mound to pitch. 3.67 ERA. Out of 15 appearances, he's struck out 53 batters, walked 22, allowed 2 home runs. The relief pitcher, after none, stood strong through 5 innings. The last one allowed the Chargers to get their first run. Not a bad box score to have for through 6 innings, or 6 and 2/3 of an inning to have only 1 run. So the final warm-up pitch is occurring here. Runner on first and second for Columbia State. 2019 Tennessee Community College Athletic Association Baseball Tournament, sponsored by Fairfield by Marriott, Lister Hill Credit Union, Hampton by Hilton, and Alpha Graphics of Franklin. Nave steps up with the runner on first and second, looking for another base hit to get the Chargers back in the mix. Already gotten 1 run to give themselves some momentum, and steals third base. Close there. Runner now on first and third for the Chargers. Exact same situation that got them a run in this inning. So here's the replay on that first run, Austin.
Yeah, that was a great line drive right between the 5 and 6 hole, and couldn't have asked for anything better. Just a clutch moment to finally bring a run on the board for the Chargers.
Now a lead off on first, runners on, additional runner on third, swing and a miss. Another swing and a miss for 1-2. Nave has been struck out 15 times in his 36 appearances. He's got 3 RBIs. Outside for even count. Two and two. 2 outs on the top of the 6th. Chargers get their first score of the game and attempted stealing bases and run to home, and he's safe. What an unfortunate mistake by the Tigers, and the Chargers have cut the deficit in half. It's a good thing we have instant replay.
Yeah. That was a great double steal from both first and third right there, and perfectly executed to where runner on first had the pitcher fully distracted, and an easy score for runner on third.
And they strike him out, but it doesn't matter. The Chargers are fine with that. Heading into the bottom of the 6th, they're only down by 2. Bottom of the 6th, Tigers' deficit has been cut in half in a matter of 1 inning. We'll see how the Tigers respond. Swing and a miss. Swing and miss for Fitzgerald. Wild pitch. Two one. Three one. And they walk him. Make that walk number 11 for Fitzgerald.
Now batting number 9.
And Jacob Holton steps up. 400 average. Yeah. 1-0. Here's a 2-0. Inside for 3-0. We have a second walk in a row. Not on that pitch. 3-1. Here's the 3-1. Got a piece of that. Now it's a full count. And a visit by the umpire to the mound. It's moments like this where we wish we had put the lapel mic on the umpire, but that will be for the championship game. That's so we can hear all the action down on the field. And here is the full count at 3-2. No outs in the bottom of the 6th. Tigers had back-to-back 2-run innings in the 2nd and 3rd, and top of the 6th, Chargers managed to get 2 runs. Now a full count with 1 Tiger on base. Spencer Thompson and Austin Ray bringing you every bit of the action for the Tennessee Community College Athletic Association Baseball Tournament 2019, hosted here at Columbia State Community College's Dave Hall Field in Columbia, Tennessee. Full count for Jacob Holton. Bottom of the 6th. Here's the full count pitch. It's a grounder for a foul. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and tag at second. Can't make the catch. He's going to run to third. And ruled an error on the shortstop, but couldn't make the catch. Advances to third, and the Tigers have a potential scoring play here with only one out.
Now batting number 21, the third baseman, Bass Cooper.
So now Bass Cooper steps up. 44 RBIs. He leads the team with that. He leads the team third place on that stat behind Fitzgerald and Delancey. So with 44 RBIs and 58 hits on 136 at bats, trying to get another score here for the Tigers. Their deficit was cut in half at the top of the sixth. Three-zero count. And they walk him to first. The Chargers have a pitcher warming up in the bullpen. It's like, and they're going to leave Galen, it looks like. Quick infield meeting. Quick meeting on the mound. The infield players, coach. Runner on first and third, potential scoring play. And tags back to first and third.
I didn't know there was six visits rule for the catchers and the managers or the coaches. I don't know if it starts over with the different pitchers or not.
Strike one.
The way I understand it is 6 total visits, and then anytime you go out after that, you got to make a move.
You got to make a change.
That's the way I understand it.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't think it'd be 6 per pitcher.
No. It's 6 per game. And then
Still, if you make 2 visits to the mound in the same inning,
yeah, he has.
Here's the 0-1. Grounder to third. Toss to second and out at first. Double play, so no runs for the Tigers this inning. The Chargers cut the lead in half heading into the seventh. We'd like to thank all 70+ of you guys for tuning in to this playoff game. We've heard you, and the camera is going to stay stationary for the rest of the broadcast because of the frame rate suddenly dropping. Spencer Thompson and Austin Ray bringing everybody the action of this tournament here from Columbia, Tennessee. The 1-0 count. And the Tigers have up on the mound still Hartley. Hartley with a 3.76 ERA has struck out 53 batters and walked 22 of them during the regular season. It's a 2-0 count here for Darius Pugh as a 2.07 average on the season. And now 3-0. The Tigers had back-to-back innings with 2 runs. Can the Chargers do that here in the top of the 7th? As they already got 2 runs in the top of the 6th. There's strike 1. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Full count now. Here's the full count pitch. Swinging and struck him out. Strikeout number 19 for Darius Pugh on total season and playoffs. And Dorian Berry with the best batting average of the Chargers at 406. Steps up to try and get something going here. 500 on base percentage, strike 1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Even count. Even count for Dorian Berry. Outside, full count. Grounder to second baseman. Second out of the inning.
Now batting number 22, the third baseman, Langdon Gordon.
So Langdon Gordon facing 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Chargers down by 2. Strike 1. And right past the pitcher, shortstop couldn't get it. Base hit. Langdon Gordon safe on first for an incredible hit.
Now batting number 16, the catcher, Alex Kerrigan. Well, if we're going to do that, we might as well E1, E6.
And safe on first.
That was close.
Almost tagged him out there. Karen N for the, now on the 1-0. And it's a balk, advance to second. Looks like the just looked like he did not come to a complete stop on the mound there in his pitch. 2-0.
The ball didn't count as a pitch.
3-0. And outside for a walk. They walk Karanan. And Freeman steps up to the plate with the runner on first and second with 2 outs. We've seen this situation before just an inning ago. They advanced their guy on second base to third and managed to get a scoring play in. They did that once, and the second time with the runner on first and third, they sneakily stole second and home plate to get their second run. Freeman facing the 0-1. Got a piece of it for 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Just outside. Up top for even count.
That was nice the last time, remember? Yeah.
Swing and struck him out. No score this inning for the Chargers. Still down by 2 to the Tigers as we head to the 7th inning stretch. Bottom of the 7th inning. The Chargers still have Kalen up on the mound. And at bat right now is 10 for the Tigers. Branson bowling. So 353 average as the Tigers are trying to get another score here to get some more cushion to their lead throughout the rest of the game. Of course, the Chargers only down by 2 runs. And hit to left field. Bounces down. He's going to go for the double. Quick toss over to shortstop and a double for Bowling. Make that number 8 on his double stats.
Just a great line drive down the left field line. Couldn't get any better than that, and easy for a stand-up double.
Double number 5 for the Tigers thus far in the tournament. And 5 of those, of course, coming today. Oh, 1 count for Parrott. The runner on second, he's got 32 RBIs in the regular season. faces the 0-1. So 1-1. Outside for 2-1.
No, that wasn't no error. Pitcher don't have time to react.
2-2. Two-two count with a runner on second. And a bouncer. The first baseman can't pick it up. Runners now on first and third. Ruled a base hit on that one.
He was gonna have a tough time making a play.
Yeah, I know it.
It's one of those difficult catches to try and make when it's bouncing like that.
Yeah, it's one of those little weird hops. It's something that if you go too low, then you can hit off your wrist, or if you go a little too high, then it's just gonna go right under you. But it's so hard to judge it, and at least he got a little bit of it to make it stay in the infield, but it went high enough. I'm shocked. I was actually surprised of how high it went.
So now here's Cheely. Runner on first and third, a potential scoring play. You can see the Tigers are warming up another pitcher in their bullpen. So for the Tigers, it looks like they are warming up Jordan Power to head up to the mound for top of the eighth. It's Columbia State. Of course, it is a double elimination bracket from rest on, so even if the Chargers lose, they do have a chance to play in the championship. Just as an easier route if you win out your games. Runners on first and third. 2-0 count. Strike one. Still no outs here in the bottom of the seventh, and the Tigers are in position to get some men back home. piece of that for a foul. Full count now. Full count at 3-2 with runners on first and second in the bottom of the 7th inning. Here's the full count pitch. They walk him. Bases loaded for the Tigers. And now Nick Blubaugh. He's had 3 home runs on the season. His slugging percentage is .538. Total of 41 RBIs. His team, there's a quick mound visit by Coach Mike Korn. Trying to make sure they are on the same page for bases loaded scenario. They are going to make a pitching change, so we'll be back in just a moment. Chargers make a pitching change. They trust Raleigh Odell as a 6.31 ERA out of 14 appearances. Struck out 40 batters, walked 27, and 2 home runs allowed. Strike. Safe on third. Again, bases loaded, still no outs for the Tigers. Count is 1-1. 1-2. And that fouls out left. A wild pitch. All runners safe. Full count. And grounder gets past the pitcher. Tag second. Get the catch, and the Tigers get another run.
Why didn't he just take that himself?
That's what I wonder.
Who you gonna give that to? Second?
So the shortstop looked like he couldn't make the catch and tried tossing it over to the second baseman. Couldn't make the catch there. And safe on second. Excuse me, flip that around. Second baseman picked it up, but tried tossing it over to the shortstop to get the out, and they didn't get the catch. So the Tigers get another run. It's now 5-2. Bases still loaded. They rule that as an error on second base. And it also looks like Chile is a little bit shaken up. He's trying to walk it off there. Had a collision with the shortstop. Gripping his left knee. Just trying to walk it off as wild pitch, and Delancey is. It looks like Delancey is up on the plate.
I'm not official racing.
So Delancey with 52 RBIs in the regular season, the leader for the Tigers. So the Chargers with 2 errors. Count is 2-1. Two and one. It's now 3-1 with the bases loaded. Tigers managed to get another run. Full count now. Got a piece of it to foul out left. And pop up. It's over the mesh. And outside they walk him. Another run for the Tigers, 6-2.
Now batting number 31, the shortstop, Noah Fitzgerald.
They've got another pitcher warming up in the bullpen for the Chargers. And 1-0 count. Umpire just has a talk with the pitcher. Two 0. Grounder, fair, tags third, tags home, out. That's a double play. So now runners on first and second. So now have Jacob Holton up to bat with a total of 30 RBIs in the regular season, a 400 batting average, 577 slugging.
Now batting number 9, the designated hitter, Jacob Holton.
The regular season, 12 doubles, 1 triple, and 3 home runs. Swing and a miss.
Good play by the third baseman.
1-1. High up toss to second, safe. Two one. Make that 3-1. Beautiful sunny 74 degrees outside here with light clouds in the air around Columbia. Perfect day for baseball for the rest of the tournament. Hopefully it stays this way. Grounder right to the pitcher. Toss it back to first, and that'll end the inning. The Tigers get 2 runs, 6-2 heading into the 8th.
For the Tigers, 2 runs on 2 hits. and
Tennessee
2
Community
left-handed
College 2019 baseball tournament.
7 innings,
The Athletic Association is sponsored by Fairfield by Marriott, Lister Hill Credit Union, Hampton by Hilton, and Alpha Graphics of Franklin. Hutcherson up to bat for the Chargers. Outside for 1-0. Hutcherson has been struck out 38 times in the regular season, batting average of 230. Strike one. Garrett Hartley standing strong for the Tigers on the mound. Strike there. Count is 2-2. Hutcherson gets a piece of it, goes out of the park over to the softball field. High up for a full count. Outside, they walk him. Hutcherson to first.
Now batting number 27, the second baseman, Zach Sharber.
Sharber up to the plate.
Yeah, it was 7-0.
Tags first. Count is 1-0.
I'm trying to find something in the notebook. I'm sorry.
2-0. Sharber with 215, on base 364. Tag back to first.
You just said the Jackson game, didn't you?
That's correct.
Yeah, it's 7-0.
Yeah.
Jackson.
Inside 3-0. Tag back at first. Chargers trying to strike one. Chargers trying to get back in the game. They are only down by 2 just an inning, half inning ago. Start at the bottom of the 7th. Inside, they walk him. Sharber heading to first base and runners on first and second.
Now batting number 6, the designated hitter, David Wilson.
So now David Wilson, DH. So DH, he's had an okay performance for the day. .286 average throughout the season, .352 on base through the regular season, and 1-0 count. Tigers are warming up another pitcher in the bullpen. Looks like they might be making a change soon. The last two batters were advanced by a walk. And grounder past the shortstop. Fully loaded bases. It's grounder by David Wilson. Now Christian Nave steps up to the plate.
Now batting number 32, the left fielder.
Total of, in his 36 appearances, only 3 RBIs and 1.67 average with 400 on base for the regular season. So Nave will take the first strike. And grounder bounces and toss over to second. He's out, and a run for the Chargers cuts the lead in half. Sacrifice out there, and it's now 6-3.
Now batting number 2, the center fielder, Darius Hugh.
Now Darius Pugh with 8 RBIs and 87 at-bats. 320 on base percentage and 264 slugging. 1-0. And runner on first and third. Just that one out at second. One and one, make that 1-2 with the foul. Darius Pugh gets a piece on it to right field. Catch made and tags first, but the run home, another run for the Chargers. Another sacrifice out to get them within 2 runs of the tie.
Spencer, you gotta like the way Columbia's batting around right now. They keep hitting the balls. I mean, they've already scored 2 runs in this inning, and plus they're looking to do even more damage coming up here too with the runner on first, and it's top of the lineup already. So they're looking to do more damage.
Safe on first. And 4 outs away. And the Chargers are 4 outs away if the score holds from heading to the loser side of the bracket, since it's double elimination. They're wanting to stay in the chase for the non-loser side and potentially face off against either the Pioneers or the Senators in the next round, which they'll be facing off directly after this game. The first pitch for that is set at 1 o'clock, but it'll obviously be delayed with this game still in the top of the 8th. And got a piece of it for 1-1. Excuse me, 1-2. And a piece on that again. Still a runner on first. Of course, the Chargers would be comfortable with one more run here, but is there in this situation, you think it's better or worse to score early in this inning instead of the ninth?
It's always better to score as soon as you can, and the sooner the better, the more momentum that you'll have within the innings. And really, you don't want to go down behind in the final inning, which is always a big possibility. It's always a lot harder to score in the final inning than it is where you're at right now, especially with the momentum that Columbia's got right now, scoring the two. They're only 2 runs behind from tying them 3 from being in the lead. But from my personal opinion, it is better to score now. So try and get as many runs as you can, and just keep batting around, doing like they have been doing this inning, and just keep going with that momentum that they have.
Pugh faces a 2-2 count. Gets a hit to left field. That's ruled fair. They're going to send him home. Send at least one more run. Can he get all the way back to third? And that's a triple for a Darius Pugh, and the Chargers are within 1. Excuse me. Dorian Berry gets the triple. Pugh gets to home plate. 6-5. Two outs in the top of the 8th. You've got a runner on third. And you've now got Langdon Gordon up on the plate, who's managed to get 18 RBIs throughout the season. A perfect chance for the Chargers to get it tied here going into the bottom of the 8th.
Of course, running on third, and he just came off of a great triple right there, his 7th one of the season, and that just shows off the speed that he already has, and they could do a lot with that right now. This batter up, he does good with people on base, and he'll for sure try and knock them in if he can. Just a base hit, past the infield, and they got another run scored.
Outside 2-0. You couldn't ask for a better deflection on that hit either, because it managed to just bounce inside of the foul line, then go outwards towards the edge.
Yeah, those tight line hits that you can produce, those can do a lot of damage to the defense, and it can help you out a lot on the offense, especially when you're down by 1 now. It's one of those things that
gets a grounder going up to first and out on first. 6-5, the Chargers set the run difference to 1 heading into the bottom of the 8th. Odell's still up on the mound for the bottom of the 8th. 6-5. Chargers goal here to prevent any more runs from the Tigers. And now Bass Cooper steps up to try and give more cushion to their current lead so that isn't forcing a bottom of the 9th inning for them to try and come back. The 426 average, and he's only been struck out 22 times, walked 31. There's 2-0. Quick mound visit by the catcher. Two 0. Three 0. And they walk him. So Cooper advances to first. Chris Tyler now steps up to the plate. 346 average. Lead off on first. Takes the pitch hit and advance to first.
Next batting number 10, the right fielder, Branson Foley.
And a quick infield meeting with Coach Korn. Just a quick meeting for Korn to talk it over with the infielders. And Chargers have to shut out this inning to give themselves less of a leeway to at least have more room for error in the top of the 9th. 1-0 count for Tyler. Excuse me, bowling up to bat with the advance of Tyler. Here's the 1-0 pitch. There's a bunt. Toss to first, out, and sacrifice out for runners on second and third. Brandon Parrott up to bat. He's got 32 RBIs, a 298 average out of 124 at-bat appearances. So the Tigers looking to score here. Potential for another sacrifice out. Hit to deep right field. It is foul. Had the distance, just not the accuracy.
You can't how many hits have you got with him? 5 hits. Not for us, for them. Oh, for them?
1-1.
You got 6 up there?
Yeah.
6 hits for us, okay. So you get 4, 5, 6. You're right. That just gives you 4. Right down.
It's a grounder that fouls out. Even count.
Just give you their lineup.
Yeah, I know.
Swinging deep to try and get the third baseman to advance for a run. High up for full count. The swing, pop fly up. And it is caught. It's the second out, and they opt not to run towards home plate.
That was the first baseman, too.
Yeah, first baseman made a good catch there. So 2 outs now. The Chargers 1 out away from shutting him out this inning. And now Cheely up to bat. 369 average. Has a total of 39 RBIs from the regular season. He's been struck out 24 times, walked 31 times. And he leads the team in stolen bases with 35. Left side for a ball. Excuse me, they ruled that as a strike. Close one there. 0-1.
I'm waiting for Lombard. Walking to hit back when you said. Yes.
Left side, ball. Here's the 1-1. 2-1. And grounder to third base, picks him up and toss to third. He's out.
Oh, call him safe.
They call him safe. Is that ruled? They rule it safe there, and that's another run for the Tigers. It was 2-1, close call there. Another run for the Tigers. Rule that as a base hit. The Tigers now leading by 2.
Out batting number 15, the left
Runners now on first and third. Yeah, they call it safe. It was a pretty close one there at third.
It was. I just don't think that third baseman put the tag on, man. I think the runner just barely got right under it and was able to avoid it to get on the bag.
So now here's blue ball. A 0-1. So right now is the original scheduled first pitch for the Pioneers and Senators. That game will be taking place about 30 minutes after the conclusion of Tigers and Chargers. I'll have to get the field wetted down first and players warmed up. This game has lasted 3 hours, and we've seen some fairly intense moments throughout its entirety, especially with the beginning, the bottom of the second and third. The Tigers scored 2 runs in each. Chargers have come back a little bit in the top of the 6th and 8th. The Tigers scoring 1 run here to give a little bit more cushion to their lead going into the top of the 9th. Try and prevent the bottom of the 9th inning from occurring. Here's the 1-1 count. Safe on first. And ground hit to the outfield. Another run for the Tigers. Make that 8-5 and safe on first. So make that a 3-run deficit the Chargers have to try and overcome in the 9th, pending any more potential runs with a runner on first and third again.
The second baseman,
Delancey with a 370 average has been struck out 24 times. Yes, he leads the team with 52 RBIs for the regular season. Just look to increase his number more with that, especially with a potential scoring play here. Low wild pitch, run home, and he's out. Close there, and that's the end of the 8th inning. The Chargers down by 3 with their last stand coming up. The 2019 Tennessee Community College Athletic Association Baseball Tournament is sponsored by Fairfield by Marriott, Lister Hill Credit Union, Hampton by Hilton, and Alpha Graphics of Franklin. Final stand for the Chargers to try and advance to have a date with either the Pioneers or the Senators. Noah Fitzgerald, the closing pitcher here for the Tigers. He has a 1.74 ERA out of 12 appearances. Struck out 13 batters and walked 2. Now the Chargers on their last stand trying to make it back what was a 1-run deficit at the halfway point in the 8th inning. It's now a 3-run deficit, 8-5. Of course, it is double elimination, so the Chargers have every chance to potentially see them again later in this tournament. But they're more concerned with getting the W, so they're not in a you have to win out every single one. Strike 1.
Gordon hit to the second baseman.
Karanen up to bat, swing and a miss.
He's got a 1.76 ERA, so it ain't that he's a bad pitcher. He's also got a 1-2 count.
Swing and ruled safe, toss to first and out. 2 more outs for the Chargers to head to the losers bracket.
Now batting number 20, the first baseman, Daniel Freeman.
Freeman steps up. Strike 1.
Swap shortstop.
I got it, pitcher.
Strike 2.
Didn't know where you were, Maurice.
I'm downstairs.
Hit to right field. Second out. Chargers are 1 out away.
Now batting number 17, the right fielder, Cody Hutcherson.
230 average for Hutcherson. And we've seen the Chargers work in 2-out situations before. Both teams have had 2 errors throughout the game. Chargers have had 6 hits, 10 hits for the Tigers. Total to 8 runs to 5. As the 1-1 count here, swing and a miss for 1-2. And the host team for the baseball tournament is facing a 2-2 count with 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Though designated as the visitor team due to being the lower seed. Swing and past the pitcher. Gets to first base. The Chargers have a runner. Now Sharber steps up.
Next batting number 27, the second baseman, Zach Sharber.
Strike 1. Strike two. Lead off on first. Outside for 2-2. Full count. And it's a strike. The host team is headed to the losers bracket. The Tigers are moving on. They'll face off against either the Pioneers or the Senators. Final score 8-5. The Tigers win and we'll move on. Next game, the Senators and the Pioneers. That'll start in about 30 minutes. We'll see you in a little bit here on YouTube channel. You're watching the 2019 Tennessee Community College Athletic Association baseball tournament.